Hi, welcome back to KSG. That's Knowledge, Skills, and Gear. I'm Joe. And before we get any further in this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. We really appreciate that. It'll help our little channel grow, and feel free to share this out with any friends or other groups that you might think could find this useful. Okay, so this is going to be a very odd video for KSG. We're going to talk about ciphers, and it'll all make sense not in this video but the next video as to why we chose to do this. So we're used to encrypted communications on our text messages and our email and a myriad of other things that we do, even some phone conversations. And basically what's happening is it keeps this encryption just scrambles our communications to any third party that might be trying to listen, so it makes no sense to them, thus enhancing our privacy. How do we do this with written communication though? Well, there are some programs that can automatically encrypt and spit out some code, and if the person on the other side knows the appropriate program, they can plug it back in and get it. But what do we do if we don't have access to computers or power? Well, we can go with what's known as classical cryptography, and this is actually the basis for even cybersecurity. But what we're going to talk about now is if we have to keep written materials coded. Now, the caveat to this is it's manually encoded and decoded, meaning it's going to take quite a bit of time to do. So these are not going to be like long, drawn-out communications. It'd be simple things like meet at dawn or meet in library or something simple like that. And what we would do to protect this information that we're going to write down and leave someplace, i.e. a dead drop for someone else, is simply substitute a symbol or a picture for a letter or something similar to that, or possibly even rotate through a certain number of spaces left or right of where that letter sits. Or we could even do something more advanced where we have a word key that will be used to unlock what we cipher in. So the basic types of ciphers are a substitution cipher, where you can substitute an alternate alphabet where you start with the letter C instead of A. This would also be known as a ROT3 cipher. And as long as the person on the other side knows what that is, they can decrypt the message you send. I may be mispronouncing this one, but a more advanced cipher would be, let me get to the word here, a Vigenere Square. Now this is going to be setting out your alphabet going left to right and up and down, so that you have two rows, a vertical and a horizontal. And then you would pick a keyword, for example, green. And green would be your code to do it. And what you would do is you would simply repeat green over and over again. And what you would do is G, you would start with your alphabet on G and then count over to make your word. I'm going to attach a printed version of this in the description, and it'll make a lot more sense then, because what happens is you're going to have a simple 2 or 3 word message that you can encrypt using the Vigenere Square. That'll make absolutely no sense to anybody that doesn't know the keyword. And this will rely on you writing it with the appropriate keyword and the receiver decrypting it with the appropriate keyword, reading what's there, and being able to interpret that. So as you can imagine, this is going to be a big, long, run-on word, and you're not going to want a complicated sentence or anything, but these are just some very basic ways that you can encrypt and keep safe communication in a written format that you'd leave somewhere like a dead drop or even right out in public. And again, this video is short and it's only meant to discuss what classical encryption is. I will put a couple examples in the description below, and it'll make a lot more sense with the release of the next video, which is actually inspired from a viewer's comment. And you know who you are, and thank you for the comment. I'm sure you've already seen the answer, and this video and the one following it are a direct result of your comments, so thank you very much for that. And again, this is Joe with KSG. Today we covered some classical ciphers, classical cryptography, however you want to say it, and stay tuned for the next video where all of this will come full circle and make a lot more sense. Until then, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to us, and feel free to share us with your friends. Thank you very much.